Hello, let's do Fibble for May 4th. The way this game works is it's just like Wordle, except every guess has one lie in it. So one of these colors is wrong. Now, it could be any of the other two colors, but it is wrong. It's lying to us. Now, what's interesting about this starting word, start, is it has colored two T's. So it is a valid coloring of the T's, but I would like to, if possible, use both T's. Like maybe start and end with T and then pick like the S, A, or R. So like if I do trout, what I'm trying to do is I try to use as much positive information as I can and then bring in a gray also as the liar. And that allows for the most possibility of contradictions here. All right, so we did get a contradiction, which is between these T's. So these T's are saying, hey, there is a T in one of these two. Now, so imagine that I said that imagine I said that one of these T's was lying. So like let's say this T was lying. That means this T is also lying because they agree with each other 100%. And now I don't have another lie. I've used both of my lies. I don't have another lie for these T's over here, and one of them has to be lying. So that means anything that agrees between start and trout has to be true. So there is no R as well. That's why we want contradictions. So if I can, I'd like to use the T again. And then just maybe I could use the A as well. I just don't know if there's a word like this. Or I could use the S. Like toast would be amazing, but we can't do that. Fost. Okay, it may just be that there isn't the second T. So we're going to have to start over on our contradictions here. But I'm going to do the O and the T, and I'm going to bring in the U, I suppose. So we could do like an O-U-T word, not scout, because there's no S in this case. Clout. Ooh, okay. So we already knew this T was green, which means we found the lie. This has to be the lie. And so that means this has to be the lie. And interestingly, green was lying, and it should have been yellow. Now that we know that that's the lie, this is also the lie. So we know all three of our lies are definitely guaranteed there. And we need to use this O somewhere else and place the T at the end. Something like this, maybe. There's no U. Can I do like something along these lines? I'm basically starting over at this point. Bonnet. No. It doesn't have to be ET, but what are we going to do? Maybe OI something T? There's no S though, so I don't know what we would use. There's we can't do posit because there's no S. What can I do here? We could start with O, or we could look for an OT. Is there like an IoT? Not really. I just couldn't. OT just doesn't seem right. NOT maybe? Keep wanting to do donut, but there's no U. All right, I would like something to guess, please. Maybe start with O. Omit O. Double O? Ooh. I don't know. I'm getting confused. IT. ET. What about like EOT? Pino. I don't know, is this a word? Or pino like that? Okay, that's a word. All right, well, shoot, let's... We know that's true. So I need to just guess something similar. I'd like to use the O here maybe and bring in the N or the I or the P. So like, I'd really love to do an oyster word, but we know it's not that. This would be perfect, but I can't think of a way to do that. I could do like this. Again, posit. There's no S and no P in this case. Wogget. Oh boy. Is there an OI word? Really seems unlikely. I feel like there's like probably a whole class of words that I'm not getting. I could bring in the P or the N. Like end in NT maybe? What would I do? I can't do ONT is the issue. Ent? Odent, Ogent. There's agent, but not ogent. Moment. If I could have another letter. Oh, come on. Ont. P? P-O something something T? Pocket. E-T. Poet, but with some letter in the middle. Do I need to do a filler? I'd rather not. How about non-net? Isn't that like 9 of something? Okay. Well, we know this is true. Maybe there's another O-N-E-T other than non-net. Monet is a proper noun. Bonnet is not spelled that way. I don't know. Like if I want this O-E-T to be correct, I gotta bring in one of the N's. Nodet, Nogit, Nowit, Nozet, Novit, Nobit, Nomit. I don't think so. On it. On it, upon it, on it, upon it. I'm not seeing it. So maybe the E is incorrect. I don't know. Or we're doing something like this. Then I'd still need the N. Well, I don't need the P at this point. Up. I have no idea what's going on here. Can we repeat the T maybe? Like taunt. That wouldn't even work with trout. Oh, we know there's not a second T actually, because trout has the gray T, star has the gray T. Yeah, so there's only one T. Can't repeat the T. We could still, if we still had an E, we'd have to move the O, or we'd have to move the E. Moving the E doesn't make any sense. So we'd move the O here only if we keep the E. I don't know. So maybe the O's in place, but there's just no E. We're kind of back to straight step one here. I keep wanting to do like OGHT, but I just don't think that there's a word. Like GHT is a pretty common ending, but like there's fight, but not OGHT. So what else could it be? I can't put the O there. Well, if I put the O there, actually, that would work because it would be the lion Pignot. Modot, Godot. Darn it. Okay, I'm going to have to do a filler. I'm going to do pivot. See what happens. So we know that's true. Okay, I got a contradiction between these two I's, meaning that these are both true. And these are both true. So no P. I mean, we know there's an O, but it's not here. Unfortunately, no other contradictions. But that means there's an I or an N in the word for sure. So maybe we do need. See, the thing is, I don't think any of these are words. So if we don't have the N, then that means we have the I. So if let's see, if we have the I, maybe it's something like this, and then with the V, move it, or VO something at T, vomit, I don't know. Oh, vomit. Wow. Okay, that was hard to think of. Wow. And the lies were nasty today too. The V line, the yellow V line is gray, which is just unfortunate. All right, so power fillers, but there we are. Not a hard mode solve today. How'd you do?